We welcome University of Texas offensive tackle Christian Jones. Christian, thank you so much. Big week. You're playing Oklahoma. How different is the vibe on campus, at practice, in meetings this week?
The vibe is definitely different. You feel it within campus, students passing by, people in the community as well, and definitely inside the locker room. It's a fun week. It's a big week, and it's going to be a great game. They're well coached, and we're definitely going to get some adversity during the game, and excited to see how we respond to that.
Did you get to wear the gold hat last year?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
What's that like? Or how does that work? Like, how does the pecking order work in terms of who gets to put on the gold hat?
Um. Usually Sark. Oh, I mean, not usually, but always Sark first, and then I guess if you had a good game, teammates would be like, "Hey, him, this, that, and the other." But everyone gets their opportunity too, and it's a great experience, man. It feels great.
It was a little small on your head, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a good size. You just gotta put it on. You gotta be careful. You're not trying to drop it either.
So, what's this season been like for you? I mean, we had Tavondre Sweat on a few weeks ago. I imagine for you guys on your side of the line, that getting to practice against those guys, against Sweat and against Alfred Collins and those guys, really makes practice fun.
Yes, sir, and definitely exposes our weaknesses, and that makes us more ready on game day. And yeah, you said it. AC, Sweat, Murph, Barron, Ethan Berg, Anthony Hill, Jay Ford, David Benda, everyone. Then you got the whole back end. It's a great competition, and it goes hand in hand. We make some plays, they make some plays, and the competition in practice is a is a great thing. Yes, sir.
So Tavondre said that their best bonding time on the D line is position meetings, which sounds insane to me because I thought nobody liked position meetings. For your offensive line, like, what do you guys like to do? Do you get together outside of practice? Do you cook? Do you bowl? What do you do?
Um, During the off season, we would always try and link up once a week, go out, cook sometimes, go bowling, different things. But during season, not as much. Not as much time. Bye week, possibly we could get some going on. That'll be solid. But definitely focus on this week first. And position meetings, man. Yeah, it's funny. It's comedy. It's it's also a classroom where everyone gets exposed or everyone gets told what they're not doing correctly, and yeah, it's a great time.
We're about to get deep into the Red River rivalry, but first, I want to talk to you about Prize Picks, where, hey, you can get into the Red River rivalry there as well. Prize Picks is the easiest way to play daily fantasy, available in most states. You pick your squares, you decide how much you want to wager, and then you see who gets more, who gets less than what was predicted. You go to Prize Picks, download that app, referral code Andy. They will match your first deposit up to $100. So if you deposit 100, they'll match 100. If you deposit 50, they'll match 50. You want to get into Red River? Let's do it right now. Quinn Ewers, more or less than 293 and a half passing yards. Dylan Gabriel, more or less than 270.5 passing yards. Or how about that LSU Missouri game in Columbia? That's going to be, it looks like it could be a shootout. If we saw LSU Ole Miss last week, we're pretty sure it's going to be a shootout. So you got Jaden Daniels from LSU, 297 and a half yards. Brady Cook from Missouri, 273 and a half yards, more or less. Where do you think they land? And then, of course, they got to throw to some guys too. So if we want to go back to Red River, Xavier Worthy, 76 and a half receiving yards, more or less. I think he did that on the first play a couple of years ago. So it's crazy to talk about this. That LSU Missouri game, to get back to that one, listen to the receiver matchup here. I don't know that I've seen a game that had receivers on opposing sides where both of them had a number more than 100 to pick from. So Malik Neighbors from LSU, 100.5 receiving yards. Luther Burden from Missouri, 106.5 receiving yards. A lot of fun to be had on Prize Picks this weekend. You can follow me on Twitter, Andy_Staples. On Friday afternoon, I'll be making my picks for this weekend. I may solicit your help. I didn't listen to somebody last week, and I'm super mad about that. They told me that Marshawn Lloyd was a trap for USC against Colorado. They were right. He was just short of that total. Just short. Should have listened because I was sure I was going to be right on that. But go to Prize Picks, download that app, use the referral code Andy. They will match your first deposit up to $100. It is so much fun. It's not just college football. Basically, any sport that gets played, they've got squares for. But the college football piece of it is exceptionally fun for folks who love college football like me and you. So go to Prize Picks, referral code Andy. They will match that deposit up to $100. Who is the funniest member of your offensive line? And who is the meanest when somebody's getting clowned on film in the meeting room?
Who's the meanest? Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean, the meanest? What do you mean?
Well, like who funny / mean? Like who's the one that you do not want? Like if you have a bad rep, you're like, I know this person is going to get me in the meeting room tomorrow.
Oh, Coach Flood for sure.
Coach Flood. Okay.
Yeah, most definitely. I say the funniest in the O-line room though, it would be Andre Kojo. Kojo is very funny. Hayden's funny. Hayden's like funny. Who else? Jake Sawyer. I mean, the list goes on. Nicole, NATO, KB, Gooseby. Like,
this is a team that loves meetings, for goodness sake. Like, no wonder you guys win so many games. Like this makes so much sense now. Like after talking to you and Sweat, we got to talk about how you got here though, because back in middle school, early high school, you didn't intend to play football. You intended to play football. Like you were a soccer player. I have seen the photos. Like you were a 6'4", 220-pound defender.
Yes, sir.
How did that start? You know, I'm assuming that's what you grew up playing, but at what point did people start saying, "Hey, you might be a little big for this, but this other thing you might be pretty good at"?
Honestly, I would say the first time was like when I was like 10 going on 11. So we had a soccer tournament in Houston, and the opposing parent was like, yeah, you definitely need to be playing football. So that was the first time. And yeah, I mean, tried it 1 year when I was a kid, didn't like it at all. Did not, went right back to soccer. And then I was a kicker in middle school for my middle school football team. Didn't really play anything else besides kicking.
Wait, so you're the biggest kid on the team and you're the kicker?
Yeah, just kicking. Yeah. I was like this big though. I was tiny, man. I was very, very small.
I was gonna say you were very lean, it looked like, growing up, and then kind of packed it on, and which probably explains why you're so athletic at your size, because you're 330 now, right?
Oh, no, sir. I'm like 315, 3.
Oh, is that all?
18. 330 was last year. Yes, sir.
So the soccer thing, I heard your high school coach interview, and he said that they would be calling penalties on you just because you were so much bigger than everybody else. Mm-hmm. And eventually, you were thinking you were, potentially play soccer in college, and then realize, okay, maybe I'm not going to get recruited here. Maybe I need to think about something else.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. And credit to my high school coaches and my friends that were like pushed me along. And just so happened, like the week of that I stopped playing soccer, decided not to play anymore. The coach that challenged me to play football, I saw him and I was like, "When's the first day of football?" He said, "Today." So that was the first day of spring ball. Went to my high school soccer coach. I was told him I'm not playing soccer no more. Said good luck, and just did that and hit the weights definitely and trained hard, and over time just got better and better. And so
you didn't know a lot of the rules of football, I imagine, at first, but how good were your feet from the get-go because of what you did in soccer?
Oh, definitely a big advantage, especially when I started playing. I was just really just turning and burning, just running, and good good lungs, good feet, light on my feet. It was solid.
I'm just trying to imagine, like in a pass set, especially like when you've got a kick slide and you've got a guy in a really wide technique, that's probably second nature to you, just being able to move your feet like that.
Yes, sir, most definitely. Still got to work at it. Still not perfect by any means, but yes, sir. Love that.
So you played D line at first,
Yes.
and I saw your high school football coach interviewed and said that you got hit by a pulling guard at one point, spun around, and we're wondering if this is for you. What was it about the move to O line that changed things for you?
Um, to be honest, like I really wasn't looking forward to play O line like in high school at all. Just playing D line was fun. Like you get a sack, Christian Jones with a sack,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like you don't get any of that when you play O line. And I was just young and just wanted to feel like I was doing something amazing. But got switched by Coach Faith, and it was definitely very very like difficult at first, understanding the footwork and all the technique and all of that. And Coach Turnbow, Coach Clay, Coach Roma, they all took their time with me and got better throughout the time. Just remember being challenged by them every single day, and thank y'all for that. I do appreciate it.
Well, and you got that nasty streak where you finish blocks and you'll go downfield, you'll go after people. What does it feel like when you have that perfect, you're driving a guy and you're going to be able to dump him, and at the end of the block you put him on his back?
Oh man, you got to finish. Like anytime I feel that he's a little bit off balance, I'm like, all right, I got to speed up. This is when I go as hard as I can to make sure that I finish him. And it's a statement. I feel like it's a way that we want to play as an offensive line. It's not just me. Left side, right side, everyone. Jake Majors, like every single person, and just playing with that kind of tenacity and that effort. You never know, the ball may be loose. You're in the right area, and just things like that to get the momentum for the team, for the offense.
Well, it sends a message. I imagine you don't hear much from that person the rest of the game once you do that.
It's either or. They're like either they talk way more or they don't talk at all. So I've definitely came across both.
Oh, I don't know how that would inspire me to talk more if you just put me on my butt.
Yeah,
That would be tough. It's a tough look. So we ask all the offensive linemen we have on the show this. So I'm excited to hear what you have to say. What is your perfect steak? Which cut? What temperature?
Ooh. Okay. Just a ribeye, regular ribeye, prime rib, medium well.
Oh, you're a
Medium.
medium well guy. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Interesting.
But
We've had a lot of medium rares. So
yeah, I've used to do medium rare all the time, and then I kind of just like I don't know, outgrew it a little bit. But
so
medium
you
well. And
you come
what's it? Oh, I'm sorry.
oh, go ahead.
I think it's called like Pittsburgh style or something.
That's rare. That's like bleeding.
Oh well, what's the style where like on the crust is like the outer crust is like charred?
There's like a medium plus.
Okay.
That's one of the I had one of the Florida State offensive linemen explain medium rare plus to me. I
Yeah.
was like, this is getting a little too complicated for me.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So,
sir.
but it is, yeah. That's the thing with all you guys. You're gonna have all these meetings, and you'll be meeting with the people before the draft, and they're gonna take you out. So you're gonna have to get all your steak preferences down. But
Sure.
you're from a Jamaican family, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My whole family
So
Jamaican.
Jamaican food is amazing. Like when I was in college, the college paper, there was a great Jamaican spot like 2 doors down. So when I was broke, it's the $2.99 patty and cocoa bread special. But when I got paid, it'd be curry goat, it'd be jerk
Yeah,
chicken. Like
sir.
what is your ideal like dream Jamaican buffet?
All right, definitely. All right, so start beef patty, cocoa bread, sodas, the D&G sodas.
Mhm.
Um,
Ting? No ting?
ting as well, ting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love ting. What else? Curry goat, definitely. Then jerk chicken, jerk pork, and
Oxtails?
I, I'm cool on the oxtails, but it's a little fatty. You know what I mean? It's
Oh yeah, and you have to like the stew and you know and
yes, too,
be
yes,
liquid.
yes, sir.
So your stuff is more kind of mixed in with the rice and peas.
Yes, sir. With the rice and peas, man. But I get the oxtail like sauce, the gravy over it, and then that hits for sure.
Oh.
But man, like you got me just like, oh
Oh, I'm jealous that you got to grow up with that. You have, you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
family members cooking that stuff. That's amazing.
Yeah, my mom, man, she throws down in the kitchen for sure. Every single day, she's cooking something new, and it's always tasty, always amazing. So,
Have you
definitely,
brought teammates home to taste this?
most definitely. I brought most recently Malik, Payne Kirkland, NATO to Houston in the off season, and we ate we ate like so much food, but it was good. And every Thanksgiving, my family comes up here, and family from England and a couple from Jamaica, and they watch the game, the last game of the season, and we have a little
Oh,
Thanksgiving. So my
that's
mom just jerked turkey on that, and that's amazing. For
that
sure.
sounds good. I'm gonna have to. We have to get your mom's email address. So just have her email me the recipe.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
find some Scotch bonnet peppers and make this happen
Yes,
because
sir. Yes, sir.
if I show up at my Thanksgiving with jerk turkey, I might be the hero.
Yes, sir.
So now, do y'all kick the soccer ball around after that on Thanksgiving?
Nah, man, we don't. We don't. I still follow soccer, but not as much, man. I fell in love with the game of football and devote all my time and energy into that. But man, like
I've seen you. I've seen video of you messing around.
a little bit, yeah, yeah. When they ask, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Besides that time, last time I touched the ball was I want to say COVID, just playing
Okay.
like indoor soccer and whatnot. But yeah, my dad's like, no, don't play, no, just focus on football. Oh, was always just staying on me about it. So,
I was going to say football. It seems like there's a pretty bright future in football. But
but,
how excited are you about this opportunity on Saturday? Because you guys have obviously played some big games already this season, but this one, the whole country's watching.
mhm. Honestly, I feel blessed for us to be in this situation. Like you said, we had a few big games already, and just being able to be in that position, you got to just take a step back and be grateful for that. And I mean, it's the Red River Rivalry, so it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a really great atmosphere. I think it's the best in college football easily, just because of the state fair around it and everything going on, and we're at the center of that, doing what we do. And two teams, two rivals that are that feel passionate about each other and just ready to go out there and execute.
Christian, good luck on Saturday. I appreciate it.
So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder, subscribe to this channel right here so you never miss an episode of Andy Staples on 3. And oh, by the way, watch all the other great videos on the On3 Sports YouTube channel.